Welcome! Hello! Hi, my name's Amelia and welcome back to my channel. Today, if you cannot tell from the title, I am doing a reading vlog of Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. If you, by any chance, haven't checked out my last reading vlogs, I have done reading vlogs of all the books up to this point. I will have them in a card here if you want to check them out. If not, they'll also be linked in the description if you would like to watch them. You don't have to, I'm not going to force you to. Mind control. This is going to be a reading vlog of Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. At this point in time, I need to put a massive spoiler warning for all of the Throne of Glass books up to Tower of Dawn. So if you haven't read them all the way through, even Tower of Dawn, you should probably leave and then read them and come back, or don't read them. Do whatever you want, really. Mind control. I am reading them in preparation for Kingdom of Ash, so this video may contain some little theories, thoughts, feelings, and opinions going into Queen of Shadows. I'm like coming off the high that was Heir of Fire because that book is just incredible. And so Queen of Shadows is my favourite, or my second favourite, I can't quite remember, Throne of Glass book, followed by or preceded by Heir of Fire. Just really love this one. I love seeing Aelin kick some ass. I love just like everything. I love Rowan in this book. I love Aedion in this book. Just like Aedion's rescue. If you can tell, I have like all my favourite bits tabbed from when I first read the book. I went back, I didn't even tab them while I was reading it. I'm like, what was all those bits? I'm gonna want to reread them. So I went back and just put tabs on all the pages and sections that I wanted. Ooh, I had a yellow one. I guess we'll see what it means when I get up to it. Love this book a lot. Despite all its flaws and stuff, I love this book and I cannot wait to start reading it. I actually started it yesterday, so I'm like doing a little sneaky like lie right now. I only read like a page because I was waiting for a bus and I was like, oh yeah. And then I remembered that the first chapter starts with Dorian and I'm like, nope, cannot read this in public right now because it is too heartbreaking. Anyway, I'm very, very excited to start reading Queen of Shadows. Let's just jump straight into the video, I guess. Yay!
Heir of Fire, beloved of Marla Lightbringer.
I swear it's like a Khaleesi thing. She has so many titles.
Hello.
I should do like a vloggy thing because this is a vlog. So today it is a Tuesday, but today I have work and then tonight I am going to the theatre to see some shows because it is currently the Melbourne Fringe Festival. Reading wise, not sure how much I will actually get done today. I will definitely make a start because I have just over a month to read this beast of a book and Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, which are like the biggest books in the whole series. So this will be fun. It is Wednesday. God, how time flies. Didn't do any reading last night because I got home at like 11:30. So I have a 2-hour class at uni today. I went to uni, came home, oh, I have tea. I went to uni, I came back, I did some stuff, and then I went dancing, hence the tights, which is so great. What I wanted to tell you was that I read on the bus. Now, if I can find my book, that would be ideal. I actually did a considerable amount of reading on the bus, which I was very pleased with. I got up to page 35. So the start of chapter 6. So I'm not that far into the book yet, but I will be is the point. I have some thoughts and I can't quite remember them right now. We've met Nesryn. We have met Arivine again. That whole conversation between them, I'm like, oh, creep, get away from her. And he like kisses her cheek. And I was like, oh, stop, please. Baby Aedion, there was like an Aedion chapter and how he's like, he just wanted to die so he couldn't this is really dodgy lighting, so he couldn't be used against Aelin, so he's like letting himself be killed by an infection. You're a dramatic little papa, you're ridiculous, but also fair point, because Aelin. She's about to meet Chaol again, and we all know what I think of Chaol. Chaol is the worst. I'm gonna read on the bus. I didn't read anything last night, I just ended up watching Doc Martin. It was really good. I really liked Doc Martin. It's really like, sort of reminds me of Midsummer Murders, but a lot more funny. With a doctor and like no murder, so nothing at all like Midsummer Murders. Reading, yes, that's what I'm talking about, isn't it? Queen of Shadows, I read on the bus yesterday, home. I didn't read much, but I did read, and then I came home and watched Doc Martin, because Doc Martin is actually so funny. I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to see After Hero, and then I have a friend's 21st. First. Look at how pretty Melbourne is at night. I'm like, ba-da-ba-ba. Home. The show that I saw was After Hero, which was from my uni, and I knew people because it was my uni and like the course that I'm doing. But I'm really glad I went. And then the 21st was really good. Caught up with some friends from high school, which is always a good time. And I'm sleepy, but like I don't want to sleep yet, if that makes sense. Like I'm not sleepy enough. I kind of just want to read An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, but I'm reading it to Mum. Anyway, I feel like I should add to this reading vlog. I have not read anything else. It's been mid-semester break, but it hasn't been much of a mid-semester break for uni for me, because as part of one of my units, I'm doing a show, and that was rehearsing because people didn't have classes, so it made sense to meet up during the week. And I just haven't been reading. My brain's like been very tired, but I should getting back into Queen of Shadows, because I enjoy the book. It's just that the beginning I find is quite slow going, because it really picks up for me, in my opinion, once Rowan and Adian get into the book. Started reading An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green to my mum, and so I think I'm going to be doing like that, like buddy read out loud reading it. So please no spoilers down in the comments. I probably have not finished it. What is she doing? My cat loves to sit in bags. Do you ever do the thing where you make a plan late at night, like as you're going to bed, and you're like, I will get up at this time and I'll do this, 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 and this, and it's going to be great. And then you wake up the next morning and you don't do it? For example, last night, I was like, because it's the beginning of semester again, I was like, I'm gonna wake up at 9, and then I'm gonna have a coffee, have some brekkie, and watch my lecture. That I did not do. I've been watching YouTube all day. And if you're procrastinating by watching this, stop, please. Do what you want to do. Save yourself some stress later down the line. This will always be here. Do you do that? Like, I need to feel like I'm not alone. Do you ever, like, make plans and then just not stick to them? Not because you can't and you're unable to, but just because you don't. I also have been reading Breathe magazine. It's like a mindfulness magazine. It's like how to deal with imposter syndrome and how to do this and how to do that. Lots of like mental health and well-being and mindfulness stuff. All the stuff that you know that you should be doing or you need to do, but you forget. It's like just a really nice reminder. I have started reading again. Quick thought, what I had jotted down in that time lapse. Is Abraxas going to die while flying because he likes falling into a dead faint? and it's like he's like drop dead, and I'm like, oh no. Any foreshadowing, I'm like, ooh. Arabine once again being a creep, giving Selena the suit, but having made adjustments on it, like, ah, yes, she has developed in this way, so let's fill it out. Ooh. Not okay. Not okay. I am on page 113. There we go. I'm doing a good old procrastinator read. She's talking to Arabine before Adian's daring rescue, and he's like, well, you could get caught and yada yada yada, like it's a big huge risk for me, like me. And then Selena says, you know I don't break easily under torture. Yep, okay, good. Good, Selena, good. I don't want you to do any torture, Selena. Very distressing. Like, with her, with me. Okay, I am up to the bit, page 134, where Adian gets rescued. One of my favourite bits in this whole entire book. Like, the first bit that I'm like, yes, this is great. Yellow. Up to chapter 21. So I read about Adian's amazing rescue. The first tab section I have in my book. Oh, just such a good bit. Such a good sequence. Like the flowers and dust, and it's like whoosh, and Adian's just been rescued, and Lysandra's like not just realized, but like openly found out that Aelin is Aelin. That Selena is Aelin. I just love that friendship so much. I love Lysandra, and I love Aelin, and I love Lysandra and Aelin. My next tab bit is when she talks to Adian for the first time, and then my next tag bit is in, what, less than 100 pages, and that's when Rowan comes back! Prince Rowan. And then it gets intense. Also, sorry, real quick. So I went on Tumblr this morning and I was like, I wonder what's on the Kingdom of Ash tag. And I just have tons and tons and tons of posts being like, spoilers are out, like, be careful, like, spoilers. And it's taking so much. And like, I'm worried because I don't want to actually, because I got spoilers for A Court of Mist and Fury and that like didn't detract from the reading experience. But then I got spoilers for Empire of Storms and that did. So I don't think I want to get them. That it's like Kingdom of Ash comes out in just over a week now, and it's like taking everything in my entire being to not look them up, because I'm like, I just want to know who survives. But then I saw some posts being like, oh, the spoilers are so good, and like now I'm like, oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I don't want to like put too many expectations, even though it's easily so many. I have so many expectations for Kingdom of Ash. Aelin's scent is intertwined with another scent. Staggeringly powerful and ancient and male. Interesting. Good old creepy fae sense of smell. That's always a great time, isn't it? Ugh. Up to the bit where I'm nearly at the bit where Rowan meets Rowan re-enters the story, but I forgot how much Adian fangirls about him. He's like, Prince Rowan. You keep needling me for details about Prince Rowan. You befriended one of the greatest warriors in history, perhaps the greatest warrior alive. Your father and his men all told me stories about Prince Rowan. What? I love this book. To this, Adian perspective. Adian savored every step of freedom. He had been locked in that cell for weeks. It had hit an old wound, one he hadn't spoken about to Aelin or anyone else.
though his highest ranking warriors in the Bane knew. Was Aedion locked up and we don't know anything about it? Aedion, my baby. Okay, I'm up to the bit where we meet Rowan, and I'm just so excited because like all the tea gets spilled. Rowan, have my babies. No, have Aelin's babies, but not yet, not yet. Like in a couple of years. Thanks.
I love this bit so much. Just all of it. Just Rowan.
I love Rowan in this book. How much he just like is like, oh, you're Gavriel's son. Oh, you're a shapeshifter. Oh, Lorcan's here. And all this information. And you're like, oh. Game changer, sort of. Anyway, yeah, lots of fun. Good time. Hello. So much reading yesterday, and I'm really proud of myself. So I am now on page, if you will focus on my face, please. Thank you. I am now on page 320. Look at this. I'm so proud of myself, and I love getting to this point, like this point in Sarah J Maas's books, because they're so big. They're like huge mammoths. But you can just put them down like this, and the pages won't be funny. They'll just sit there all night, which is what happened last night. So they're just about to catch a Vulg demon for Arabine and go through all that terrible stuff. But anyway, today I didn't forget about vlogging, but I didn't vlog last night because I remembered that I had to do a uni assignment and a uni quiz, and I got them both done last night, which I'm really proud of. But then by the time I'd finished, it was like 12 o'clock, and I'm like, I just want to sleep. But yeah, today I have work, so we'll see how much reading gets done. Last night I wanted to get up to part 2, which is like in 100 pages or something, but I didn't. So I'm a bit disappointed with myself that I didn't get up to part 2, which is in less than 100 pages. It's like in math, 60 pages. So I could have done that last night, but I didn't. Home, home, home. After a day of work and dance. And it's now 11:15. It's time to finally read some stuff. Aelin takes stones to Sam's grave. Nearly made me cry. She's like talking to Sam, or like Sam's grave, and she's like, maybe I'll see you again in the afterworld, and then I'll know for sure. And I feel like and she's talking about maybe like he is her mate, which obviously he's not, because Rowan is. But I still want her to die and come back, of course. Like, I don't want her to die like for good. That would be too much. But I would like her to like do like what Harry Potter does in the 7th one, where he sort of goes to the afterlife and like sees Dumbledore, but like the stone, and like with the Stone of Resurrection, how he has like sees his parents and his loved ones. Really want that to happen in Kingdom of Ash, and her to speak to Sam and Nehemia and her parents and just like all of her loved ones, and like her take the choice to go back and survive and make a world that's worth living in. I love Rowan. I love Rowan so much. He is a good one. He is a very good one. I like Rowan. And like their little like telepathic conversations are just outrageous. Full sentences that you cannot convey in looks. You're like, not even that. That was not good. Like, how do you say 17-year-old Rowan wouldn't have known what to do with you? He could barely speak to females outside his family. Like, how do you say that in just like looks? Like, anyway. And also Rowan's interest in Aelin is continuing to be very, very, very funny. He's like, oh, I can't, I've been thinking about her, but like, gosh, his self-control was in tatters. And you're like, oh, Rowan. Oh, Rowan. I love you, Rowan.
How? How do pupils flare? Eyes can flare. Not pupils. Pupils dilate and constrict. Thank you very much.
Part 2, and I think that is where we call it a night. I'm enjoying this less than Heir of Fire, I think. I enjoyed Heir of Fire a lot more. Maybe because I expected Queen of Shadows to be better. I feel like I need to get through it too, but I'm not sure if I will get them done before this time next week. Like this exact time next week is when I'll be reading Kingdom of Ash, which is crazy. I'm pretty solid once I start reading, but it's just getting started and actually doing it, you know? Aelin had the thing with Arabine. Arabine proved himself to be an absolute. Sandra has just killed Arabine. Vernon Hellis's fiery realm, please. Aelin and Rowan had that moment where she attempted to kiss him, and he completely shut it down. And oh, bubbies, they just need to get together, please. And it's very late. Good morning. Pro tip: make coffee, like instant coffee, like Moccona, and put cold water in it instead of hot water to make yourself nice, quick iced coffee. When the morning is really friggin' muggy because it's Australia and Melbourne.
Part 2. Let's go.
Rowan continues to be a angsty little shit in this book. He's like, I want Aelin, but it can never happen until I'm sure. Honestly, I sort of live for this. Is that a bad thing? Probably. Oh well, let's keep going. I am worried. If you have watched all my reading vlogs, you will know that I am pretty much, like, for sure Aelin is going to die and come back somehow in forging the lock and the key and yada yada yada. On page 435, Rowan is talking to Aelin how he's like, oh, I'm gonna follow you wherever you go, yada yada yada. If it was death separating us, I would find you. I don't care how many rules it would break. Even if I had to get all 3 keys myself and open a gate, I would find you again. Always. Maybe this is how Aelin comes back to life. She comes through a doorway at Rowan's bequest, and the gods are like, we'll condone it. Just this once. Oh, I would like that. I would like that a lot. It would be very like A Court of Thorns and Roses-ish. But still, I would be a fan of it. I've been reading all day and now I have to go to work, which is tons of fun. I always say this every Tuesday. I'm like, I will walk to work and read, but I think I actually will this time, provided that it isn't raining. That was my phone. Because it's been like sort of inconsistent rain. So if it's not raining, I'll read, but I don't really want to get my book wet because I'm not a fan of, you know, rain splattered pages. Like my books, I'm happy with my books taking a beating, but I draw a line at making them purposefully like damp. So yeah, Kale's such a dick. He's like, right, I was wrong, Aelin was right, Dorian doesn't exist, Dorian isn't alive anymore, like, and he goes off, leaves Lysandra, the one thing he was meant to protect, in the forest, and he's like, yeah, I'll go and kill Dorian. And it's like, Kale! No! Aelin had the chance to kill the king then, and she didn't take it. She just wanted to rescue Lysandra, so can you please stop being an idiot? That would be lovely. Anyway, that's enough ranting about Kale. I haven't really ranted about any characters at the moment. Aedion, I'm starting to love Adian more and more, and like, it's so clever how he starts off being like with stars in his eyes. I'm being obsessed with Aelin, and like more and more he's like, this isn't what I was expecting, this isn't the dream relationship, not relationship, but like not relationship in that way, but this isn't the dream relationship that I was expecting when I got my queen back, and stuff like that. And how slowly and slowly and slowly he's starting to come to realize that Aelin, while she's incredible, has her own flaws. And I think he's really an interesting character to look at Aelin through his eyes, because he does like her. It's not like Chaol, where he likes her but like actually hates her. It's like he actually really respects Aelin, but he can point out where she has flaws, and he has the right to as well. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. Wish me luck. Hey, I did reading yesterday on the way to work, and I have some thoughts because it's now Wednesday and I need to get to uni soonish. I need to leave to get to uni soonish. Just saved Lysandra, Manon and Aelin had their fight, and they've just like saved Rowan, and they're heading back into Rifthold. They're preparing to fight the king, or like take down the king. And I just had some thoughts just during that whole section of like fighting Manon and the whole witches section. I had two thoughts, I had two notes. Is one the Themis temple, you know, the one that Manon and Aelin fight on, which then collapses. It's described as being like over like a ravine with flowing water, and I'm like, could that potentially be where Aelin is being kept in Kingdom of Ash? Like, not sure, probably not, but like possibly. Running water, it would make sense to hide where you would least expect her to be. And second, in terms of the witches' mirror tower things, is how they amplify power and potentially would allow Kaltain to have like attacked many people all at once. Could potentially Aelin or Dorian or even Yrene use the towers for good and to not kill people, and or like to kill the Valg? Especially Yrene, like if her healing powers can be amplified and given to everyone who has suffered like Valg stuff, and then like you don't need to have a battle, do you? I feel like at the moment they're in the hands of the Valg, but I feel like endgame they will be used by the good guys, like taken over and used by our faves. I gotta get to uni. Week 12 of uni, how crazy is that? My glasses on top of my head now, and I have to get going. See you later. Hey there, I am home now. I had a thought, and I need my notebook because I wrote the thought down. Currently I am at the part where Chaol and Aelin are about to enter the Glass Palace. But before that, the night before that, Chaol and Nesryn go into the Sea God Temple of Truth, and they're talking about where Nesryn's come from. And she, of course she's from the southern continent, and she's from Antica, but she calls it the Milas Aegea, or Aegea. Pronunciation, I don't know, I'll put it up on the screen. It translates to the God City. And so, unless it's addressed in Tower of Dawn and I don't remember it, I feel like this is a thing that is a thing. You know? Like, I feel like that's not just mere chance that Antica is called the God City. But then again, let me know if it's addressed in Tower of Dawn, because I cannot remember for the life of me. It is now the next day, and I have not yet finished Queen of Shadows, even though I have like probably 10 to 20 pages left. 8:30 p.m. I have done 0 reading today because I had to write a paper for uni, which I got in on time, which I am very, very proud of myself about. But now I'm just like chilling, and I'm gonna reward myself with finishing Queen of Shadows and starting either Empire of Storms or Tower of Dawn. I had a thought today while I was doing my thing, because of course I can't stop thinking about Throne of Glass and Kingdom of Ash is it's mentioned many, many, many times that Elide and the Loken family have been graced with magic, except in Empire of Storms you don't see any evidence of Elide's magic or of like her witchiness, even though like she has witch blood. So I'm just like, I'm wondering, is her witchiness her magic? Or does she have other magic that she doesn't know how to control or she isn't aware of yet? I had assumed that she was just powerless. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments. Like, what magic could Elide have? Like, she's always related to like painful deaths and stuff, like the goddess of like violent deaths or like painful deaths. Not Silver, one of them. I can't remember the god's names. Like the power that witches have of yielding, because that seems pretty violent, but I don't know. I would love to know what you think. I'm gonna go finish the book. Okay, and we are done with Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. That took a good week and a bit, or more. I can't really know when I started this. It was a long time ago. Maybe 2 weeks. Anyway, I love this book. Not as much as Heir of Fire. This is definitely like below Heir of Fire in terms of favourites, but above the first ones. So, Queen of Shadows. That was Queen of Shadows. Thoughts, feelings, opinions. I think I liked it less than I thought I would. I thought I would like love it, love it, love it. But I didn't get that tingly feeling as I was reading it this time that I usually do, and like I did with Heir of Fire. I love Aedion in this. Aedion in this, yeah, every part about Aedion in this book I love. Like I used to be like, he's a whiny little bitch, but now he's like a whiny little bitch. I love, like in the best way possible. Oh, Lysandra. Also, her bits were pretty good, pretty enjoyable. I always liked the development of Aelin and Lysandra's friendship. Rowan. I never realized how much Rowan acted like a teenager, like in terms of his lust towards Aelin. Like the angst. Lorcan. We met. I like him more in Empire of Storms, but we met Lorcan. I don't really have many thoughts. 4 days until Kingdom of Ash comes out, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Should I read Tower of Dawn or Empire of Storms now? Because I've read... Anyway, on that note, I think I'm just gonna end it. Yeah, I really enjoyed Queen of Shadows and the fantasy and the heartbreakingness of Dorian, but how hopeful the ending is. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a great book. Oh, and Elide. I didn't mention Elide. Never understood the Man and Elide ship until I read this again, and I'm like, oh yeah, I ship them as a thing. But of course it's not gonna be a thing because Lorcan and Elide, Man and Dorian. But still, I understand why people ship it, because it seems to be an actual, possibly could have been a thing. Anyway, on that note, I think I will end this reading vlog here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!